Today, children and grown-ass adults, I hope no children are watching my videos, I get a little bit spicy on the content, but we're talking about black, or military American. And that's not all it's referred to as, it's also an SOC, a shooter of color, baby. Yeah, I went there. And this game is basically like if Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in Commando had a child with like every Tom Clancy book. I mean, all of them. If you just like took bits and pieces of all the little Tom Clancy books, you'd get this game. You'd get Military American SOC Black. So I know what you're asking now. I've given you the premise, I've given you the breakdown, but how is Black? I mean, it's alright. I mean, it's quite interesting. The combat's really fun. It doesn't have ADSing, and the game looks really good. Like, looks way too good to have came out on the original Xbox and PS2. I mean, just look at these animations. Look at these models for the guns. Just juicy models. I mean, quiver my shivers. And every once in a while, you will get a cutscene where you're, like, sitting across from a guy whose mouth's like, hey, you're silly. And this is where the Tom Clancy vibe comes in, because it's like, this is a serious game about tactical missions and stuff, and we need to get to the bottom of this, you dumb butt. And I'm like, well, I'm just a soldier following my orders, and my orders said to do this, and this, and then it goes back to the other guy, and you see his ear and his butthole, and he's like, fart noise, I'm authority, you son of a bitch, I am the authority. So basically this whole game is just him retelling his journey along these combat endeavors. And these combat endeavors, I mean, they are intense. They're not serious at all. This doesn't feel like, oh, this is a super serious tactical game. I mean, sometimes they'll give you a gun with the silencer and you just, why? Why would you use it? They can't hear you. Man, when you shoot people, they like fall off of buildings like all dramatic style. They're oh, you got me. It's so cheesy. It's definitely 80s action movie grind. I'm waiting for Stallone to walk in that Commando grind and be like, life's about not how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you get hit and keep on going. You know, some typical Stallone lines, but you don't really get lines like this. This game takes itself, like, way too seriously, especially for how you're shooting people. I mean, this is, like, arcade shooter to the next level. It's like Call of Duty without iron sights, but with more cheese and more explosions. Like right now, take for example, I just blew up this house. This whole level starts, there's nobody over here. Is there a reason I need to blow up this house? Fuck no, there's not, but it's cool. It makes me feel like an absolute badass, and I have a silenced pistol, so obviously no one heard me, even though silencing really doesn't work. And then after each mission, you get another one of these cutscenes, and you might think this is the same one I just showed you like a few seconds ago. No, it's different. Every one of these looks exactly the same. It just info dumps on your ass. It shows you some pictures that are blurry, and then the light behind the light, and you're just like, I have no idea what's going on. This is convoluted. And then you go back to just blasting people like right in the junk. You just blow people up all the time. And I love that you start this game and you get like an AK right away and you're like, oh, this is cool. God, I love AKs, because that's real 80s style, you know? It's like early 90s, late 80s, during the Gulf War type of garbage where everybody's got AKs and you feel like a badass. And that's kind of what this game gives you the reins and lets you do. I mean, even something silly as like opening doors, you do it with shotguns, or you go to download clips, you blow them up with the machine gun. I think I might have a clip of that in here somewhere. I was trying to find one to be like the best editor and the best YouTube creator, but at the same time, even if I don't, that gives you a reason to play this game, is you get to shoot doors off of their hinges with a shotgun. That's pretty neat. I mean, or a machine gun, or whatever gun you have access to at that moment. And the basic thing that this game will always have for me is the fact that everything looks so goddamn gorgeous. I don't know how they flexed this out of the Xbox original. Well, I mean, like, there were some pretty games on the Xbox original, but like, look at these models, man. This looks good. When I fired this game up, and I get that I'm playing this on the backwards compatibility thing through Xbox Series X, so it's pushed up to high def, but you can usually tell how a game looked in its time by, like, most of the time, right? You jump into one of these games, you're like, oh wow, this looks poo-poo and gee. But I mean, just look at the fact that they put so many explosions in this game that you honestly feel like a badass all the time. And then look at all the little details when you like cock your gun. It's just like particle effects, pretty like shiny weapons, This is stuff that some games can't even get done today, and I'm looking at you, Postal 4, even though I love you. You can't you couldn't even make a game that ran this freaking well. I mean, this game runs and looks great, and you feel like a badass all the time. Every second, I mean, just a bloom, big explosion. Oh, is there people over there? Well, let me just blow them up. If you like charted a game's worth by explosions, this would be a $1 trillion game. You would have this game by itself, if it was rated on the amount of money spent to make each one of these explosions, if they were like quantified into a dollar amount, it would fix the US's debt problem. Because why do you need debt when you have explosions and you can blow everything up? Why do you need to do like tactical stealth stuff when you can just blow everything up because you're a badass? Just kablooey, kablammy. Oh, I owe you money? Kablammy! Whoa, my car payment's not is due? Well, I don't know what you think about that, but I think kablammy! That's how I felt. The whole time I played this game, I was just like, oh, you haven't seen enough explosions yet? Well, let's do more. I mean, the only weird thing, and you've seen me throw a couple grenades, is he throws them like somebody with half an arm. It's like, I don't understand how you could be this bad at throwing grenades as like a tactical super soldier. And I get he's throwing it with his left hand and he's right-handed, but like, you think you'd get a little better at that. It's kind of like he just kind of pussy whips them places. He's like, you'll see me throw more throughout this video, but oh god, the grenade throwing was kind of sad. It was one of those things that the whole time I was playing this game, I was like, I don't even like throwing grenades. That's why I don't have a lot of footage of me doing it, is because you feel like such a bitch. You feel like you were breastfed until you were like 24. Yeah, everybody else is like, oh, I'm gonna go get a cheeseburger, and you're like, give me the mama milkers. I want mama milkers, please, mama milkers. That's the whole essence of everything. And again, the reason this game is cool, you're about to see how much destruction you can cause. I mean, like I said, I've been playing shooters for a long time, and in the late area that we've been in, I have yet to see destruction like this. I mean, Battlefield can't even get their games to run anymore, but this game came out on the OG Xbox, and I'm blowing up half the map because I'm a goddamn super Chad with a penis the size of Mexico. It's just long and curves to the left, baby. Long and curves to the left. There you go. You saw me throw a grenade. It just kind of... I throw sometimes and it does not work. It does not work because I throw it sometimes. But it's fine because there's exploding barrels everywhere. And why do you need grenades when the whole map is full of shit that explodes? Why do you need grenades when everything can be solved with a machine gun or shotgun and just blow everything to schmitterminerines? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this game's like overly easy by any means. I mean, it's not the most difficult. I mean, there's times that get kind of tense, but for the most part, you just kind of run and gun. You know, it's an arcade shooter to death. You know, you just kind of blow shit up, run through, kill shit. I mean, you have health, and you got to pick up health packs like a more tactical shooter makes you do, but at the end of the day, they're everywhere, and everybody drops health, so you basically can just destroy everyone because you're that cool. You're even the like tough guys that run at you with a shotgun, they're not like the most difficult to dismiss and put under the ground because they're pussies and I'm better than them. You just kind of pay attention to what you're doing, blast some people's cheeks into oblivion, like fill those cheeks so deep that they won't ever be able to close the cheeks again. That's the goal with this game. That's its definition. And the one thing that I wish this game would have done was kind of lean into the goofiness factor, because like I said, the whole time I'm playing this game, it's like telling me serious shit, right? It's like Tango Charlie, position B, position A. Oh, we got tactical warheads, WMDs, no stuff like, oh yeah, scumbag, suck my silencer. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm about to light you up and then blow up a tanker. See, that type of stuff, like throwing in like goofy one-liners. This feels like a game that Duke Nukem should have been in. It's like, you come to my tango in cash and I cashed your tango. You want to deal with me? Watch me pussy flick a grenade. Oh, we gonna shoot at me? Well, I shoot back. Can't come to my Tarkov and steal my women. You know, stuff like that. It would have been more fun. I mean, like I said, the game's already fun enough with its explosions and stuff, but you couldn't pay me to actually pay attention to this story. I mean, it just felt generic, like, oh, we had this objective and I had to push through, and sometimes you gotta disobey orders, and Jack Ryan was sucking on my pinky toe, and I was like, hey Jack Ryan, let me pet your little hair. And it was just too, it took itself way too serious for the combat that's actually portrayed in the games. It's almost like you had one group of people making these cutscenes and like making the dialogue for this game, and another group of people that were just like taking huge lines of cocaine and be like, more explosions. You know what would be sick is if there was like an explosion and then you were fighting in a place full of tankers, and then your objective was to shoot the things and everything explodes. You think where you're gonna do this tactically? Oh, you're gonna sit back and hide behind cover? No, fuck that. What are you, a bitch? What, did your mom raise a bitch? No, explosion times, baby. Oh yeah, let's get a P90. The P90 just melts people's nipples off of the chest because this is a serious shooting game. This is a fun blast 'em game. This game chews clits and stomps on balls. That's the type of energy you get when you play the game. But when you like listen to what they're saying, it's like just so serious. I don't understand where the disconnect happened. Like I said earlier, every achievement, you don't hack computers, you just shoot them. I mean, it doesn't feel very like tactical or serious shooter. It just feels, let's blow shit up all the time. But at the end of the day, the gun models look nice, the gameplay is fluid, it's fun, the story just you couldn't get me to care about, but put a podcast on, kill some random generic soldiers, guys, and have a good time. But leave me a comment, tell me what you think. Do you like Black or Military American? Let me know in the comments, like my video, and subscribe to my channel, you lovable idiots. I'm out for today.